Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will journey through The Crystal Stopper by Maurice Leblanc. The Crystal Stopper, written by Maurice Leblanc and published in 1913, is part of the famed Arsène Lupin series. Known for his charm, wit, and complex character, Lupin is often called France's answer to Sherlock Holmes. In The Crystal Stopper, Leblanc takes Lupin through a suspenseful journey filled with unexpected twists, treachery, and clever schemes as Lupin races against time to clear his associates, who are wrongfully implicated in a crime. Set in the elegant but shadowy world of early 20th century France, the novel captures a vibrant Parisian backdrop and an intricate web of conspiracies and intrigue. Plot summary. At the edge of Lake Enghien on a foggy September night, Arsène Lupin orchestrated what appeared to be another flawless heist. He, along with his two trusted accomplices, Gilbert and Vacheray, had set their eyes on the villa of Deputy Daubrec, a man of significant influence and dark secrets. The heist began smoothly, with the men slipping through the mists on small boats, avoiding the odd couple out for a late-night row or revelers singing on the lake. Inside the villa, they moved with precision, gathering prized items and valuables. Yet Lupin's instincts tingled with unease, a shadow in his mind warning him of unseen trouble. His worst fears crystallized when Daubrec's valet, Leonard, burst out, shouting for help. A struggle erupted, and amid the chaos, Leonard lay dead. In the turmoil, Lupin's quick mind seized the chance to make his escape. Gilbert and Vacheray, however, were less fortunate. Gilbert and Vacheray were promptly arrested, charged with murder. Evidence mounted swiftly against them. The bloodshed, Leonard's last desperate phone call for help, and a chilling artifact left behind by Lupin himself, his infamous calling card. Although Daubrec had been absent from his home during the crime, his role soon became clear. The crystal stopper that Lupin had unwittingly taken was no ordinary piece. Lupin's astonishment was profound as he discovered Gilbert and Vacheray had known of the stopper's presence and its inexplicable importance all along. This had not been a simple heist, but an intricate ploy to obtain this seemingly insignificant object, a small crystal stopper with a gilded knob. Back in his Parisian flat, Lupin had taken possession of the crystal stopper only to have it vanish under mysterious circumstances that night. Thorough as ever, he locked his door and bolted the room. Yet, by morning, the stopper had disappeared without a trace, as though a phantom had stolen into his private sanctuary. With Gilbert and Vacheray's fates hanging in the balance, Lupin was determined to uncover the truth about Daubrec and the stopper. His next steps would lead him down a perilous path, where political influence and personal vendettas converged in dangerous ways. As Lupin probed further, he learned of Daubrec's reputation as a corrupt, wealthy politician whose moral compass bent to suit his ambitions. Daubrec was a man who valued power above all, using it to manipulate, blackmail, and control. Lupin's efforts to uncover the mystery of the stopper brought him face to face with Daubrec's nemesis, the ambitious Prosville, a former lawyer now appointed as Secretary General at the police department. Prosville, known for his aggressive pursuit of justice, had been watching Daubrec closely, convinced that the deputy held a dangerous secret. Observing Daubrec's home under disguise, Lupin witnessed a bizarre ritual, the strange note scrawled by Daubrec, 8 from 9 leaves 1. It became clear that Prosville was after something specific, a powerful piece of information or item that Daubrec possessed, and Lupin suspected the stopper held the key. Yet Daubrec, with all his tricks and secured lairs, evaded every attempt to pry out his secret. To Lupin's advantage, a loyal friend, Victoire, entered the fray. Disguised as Daubrec's cook, Victoire began a risky infiltration. Under Lupin's direction, she searched the house thoroughly, but their progress was slow. Daubrec, ever observant, began to suspect Lupin's involvement, treating Victoire's presence with a mixture of wariness and wry amusement. With time slipping away, Lupin became increasingly desperate to rescue Gilbert and Vacheray, who awaited trial with grim certainty. Even as they searched, Gilbert managed to smuggle a letter to Lupin, which a mysterious woman intercepted, leaving Lupin enraged and unsure of how close his enemies had come to his plans. Lupin's attempts to trap Daubrec seemed to reach dead ends at every turn until a bold plan took shape in his mind. He would confront Daubrec directly. If Daubrec were forced to bargain with him face-to-face, Lupin might gain the upper hand. Donning another clever disguise, Lupin finally arranged a meeting with Daubrec. But Daubrec, equally shrewd and anticipating Lupin's trickery, met him with cold cunning. A master of deception himself, Daubrec humored Lupin, confident that the stopper's power and his own political influence protected him. He taunted Lupin with his plans, hinting at the destructive potential of the stopper. Frustrated but not defeated, Lupin resolved to pull every string within his vast network. He gathered information from all quarters until at last, a shred of the truth emerged. The stopper held a list that could destroy Daubrec and dozens of others. It was a key to blackmail, his grip over powerful figures across Paris. Daubrec's survival, even his rise to political power, rested on his ability to keep that list secure. This revelation spurred Lupin into a frenzy, leading to a final, perilous attempt to retrieve the stopper. On the eve of the scheduled execution, Lupin launched an intricate plan, determined to save his friends at any cost. Breaking into Daubrec's villa in a final confrontation, he uncovered the location of the stopper. Yet Daubrec's defenses were airtight, and the deputy had placed guards in every corner of his estate. Every moment counted as Lupin fought his way through, evading capture at every turn. With clever maneuvering, Lupin retrieved the crystal stopper, barely escaping with his life. Rushing to the prison, Lupin arrived only hours before Gilbert and Vacheray were to face their fates. The stopper, bearing evidence that implicated Daubrec and exonerated his friends, was the last remaining chance. Presenting it to the authorities with unassailable evidence of Daubrec's corruption, Lupin turned the tide of justice. Gilbert and Vacheray were freed, and Daubrec's vast web of blackmail unraveled, his power diminished and his reputation forever stained. The crystal stopper, so deceptively small and simple, had nearly cost Lupin his closest allies and his own freedom. Yet he had prevailed through ingenuity, loyalty, and an unbreakable will to see justice done. Though the path had been fraught with danger and loss, Lupin walked away victorious, a cunning smile hinting at the satisfaction of yet another impossible feat accomplished. If this book pulled you in, don't stop here. Explore the rest of Arsene Lupin series by Maurice Leblanc. Check the description or search Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in Maurice Leblanc's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.